What song is that?
I don't know, but I don't think it's on my live. Let's start.
It's not over. Just try it. Till you're right. There you go. Yeah, here now. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video. I hope you guys are enjoying your week. I'm having a so-so week, but you know I'm happy to be recording today. Please make sure you start this video off by clicking the like button, which is the thumbs up button right below this video. And if you're watching the Scorpion Show for the first time, I hope that you click that subscribe button. And to everyone watching, please click the share button. There's something I want to ask everyone. If you have a Twitter, when you see that this video is up, please go to my Twitter and retweet the video. I mean, I would like for us to have more than 20 retweets. Is there a way we can get 100 retweets over this weekend for everyone watching and for everyone on Facebook to share this link? Come to my Facebook wall, Kevin Simmons, and share the video. Is that possible? Let's see if we can make that happen. I want to say thank you to everyone who left comments about my new nephew, Chase. I don't call him Chase though. Y'all know I call him Chaz. You know, it was just good reading the comments. And somebody wrote about Bernadette, and I really fell out laughing at this computer. Okay,
what did they say?
They was like, "Well, why isn't Bernadette holding the baby?" Or y'all didn't let Bernadette hold the baby, or something like that. So you know that really made me. She wasn't here though. Yeah, I'm not that day. She had a day off. She on vacation. So yeah, I forgot all about Bernadette. But yeah, just thank y'all for watching the video and leaving your comments and sharing your comments on the video and stuff like that. I want to start this video off by shouting out our 3 new sponsors: Lakeisha Hayes, Regina McClendon, and Rita Gemini. Absolutely. So it could be your cousin, you never know. And the way this ancestry stuff works these days, she really could be your cousin. And can we start this video off talking about ancestry? Because I mean I don't want to talk about mine, but I was watching Henry Louis Gates on PBS. Check your DVRs for some old episodes. Well, I wanted to find some more episodes because I done ran through the whole season. And I found the episode with Diddy and LL Cool J. And I was more fascinated with LL Cool J's story. Not to say that Diddy's story didn't count, but LL Cool J had some shit coming up where the mom's mother or the father wasn't her mother, so clearly, wasn't her parents, so clearly she was adopted. And he never knew, she didn't even know.
Is his mother still living?
Yes. So it was like, I was like, oh my God, I was so intrigued by that. And, you know, Diddy's story, I loved his story, but LL Cool J's was more the one like, bitch, no, come back to this one. Let me see what happened. So, what's that doing? The baby crying? Baby's crying. Chase, you're not going to start that.
Yo, you only 2 weeks old.
A week.
It's a rule. How many weeks is he? 1?
He 1 week.
He 1 week? Let him know he's 1 week old. And when we recording, he got who in the bathroom?
His mother. Let me see the
Chase, come here. Come here, Chase. Don't you? You want to close the door though?
I know you better not have nothing smart to say. She want to close the damn door. It's all right. I thought she was gonna come back. So yeah. Do yourselves a favor this weekend. Watch Henry Louis Gates Finding Your Roots all over YouTube. All the stories are so interesting, and I think I want to do one because they really do the backstory. They got genealogists just going all over the backgrounds, finding your story, putting your tree together. They be finding documents, shit I can't even find on Ancestry. They be finding so much stuff.
Well, how are you gonna do the Henry Louis Gates ancestry thing? I thought you were gonna have me call Iyanla.
I don't know, but what if he did? For what? Don't call her here. Because people ain't ready. And if she try it...
No, y'all ain't never ready. Ain't nobody ever ready.
Y'all try it.
Because y'all need it.
And you know the first person that's going to say something to us is Nina. And I ain't got time.
She ain't going to say nothing smart. Nina's going to be in agreement.
No.
Oh, so you saying Iyanla's going to get together?
Yeah. So you know how... I ain't got time for that. So... So yeah, but if they did like a YouTubers edition, oh, I would love to be on there.
Not why? What?
Yeah.
For what?
What they say?
Nobody. But I'm saying, why would they have a YouTube edition of Rihanna?
No, I'm talking about of the Henry Louis Gates thing.
Oh,
yeah, I would love to do that. So moving on from that, Keri Hilson.
All right, so we're about to get into the topic.
Wait.
So I'm gonna turn off now, y'all.
Oh yeah, you can turn it off. Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Y'all thought y'all was gonna get a free show?
Y'all better watch.
You have to watch. You gotta watch. So when he uploads this, then you'll see.
And make sure y'all share and tag us on Instagram and stuff. Put us in your Insta stories. Let's go. But they saying they still getting smart.
No.
All right, Keri Hilson. Keri Hilson was recently on the episode of Steve Harvey, where she met up with us.
My boo from. Oh, I forgot we were recording. Oh, shit.
From
I was about to say that.
In Philly?
Mm-hmm. He did Sade's grandma's
Is it R?
No, I'm gonna show you real quick.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's actually him running this page or somebody else.
You like old people, huh?
I don't like nobody. Kevin just be running his fucking mouth.
Mm-hmm. I didn't call him Miguel. Of a certain age. That's definitely of a certain age. All right, now I know what to do.
Do like
when I hook you up with somebody. He look like he be overcharging. No.
Overcharging in the funeral business?
Yes.
No, he does.
Yes, he does.
No.
Yes.
He does really good work too. Really good work.
Listen, I ain't mean my eye got caught up because I know I'm telling the truth.
Look at that.
So, Keri Hilson was on Steve Harvey's show getting an interview not an interview, but he set up a psychic medium to meet up with her. So the medium didn't know that he was meeting up with her. I don't know what's going on with Steve Harvey and the psychic medium and stuff, but I like it. And the psychic medium, they're not psychics. They receive messages from the dead.
No, is this Steve Harvey's
TV
show or radio
the
show?
TV show. Yeah, he got a new
career
talk
has
show.
really
gone that route. And they talked about I don't know why they did it, but you know he was telling her that her grandmother's spirit was there, and she was telling her about the people she cut out her life this year, and you know to keep moving forward and stuff like that. And then he was telling her that her life is going to change, and you know for the new year it's going to be great. And somebody new is going to come into her life, and then talking about the music and stuff. And she was just saying that, but she was like, you know, that's great because she's hit rock bottom a few times. She was saying how she stopped music. She thought she was going to stop music for 2 years, and that turned into 6 years. And she didn't really say like why her music career suffered, but we all know why her career suffered. I mean, she was writing for people, so I mean, that's never a problem with money. She had her own hits, but then when it came to feuds with like Sierra and talking about Beyonce, more so the Beyonce part, that's when she turned a lot of people off. And every time you seen Keri Hilson, it just wasn't a good thing. And I remember one time she performed at the Concrete Loop. She performed at the Concrete Loop 5th year anniversary party. People were just looking at her and discussed like, oh, why is she here? Why is she performing and stuff like that? It just really was a bad. And shout out to Angel Laws from Concrete Loop. It was just a bad. People just didn't look up to her no more. People just didn't like her no more. It just.
And then remember too, a few years ago, when they did that thing where I forget what award show this was, and they were having people wish Beyonce a happy birthday, and they got to her, like, she didn't want to.
She's like, "Happy birthday, Beyonce!"
Right.
And you know they moved on.
And they kind of roasted her for that. It's
been tough for her.
It has been, and it's a tough situation because it's like I was explaining to my coworker last night because she had no idea about the Sierra and Rihanna Twitter feud from a few years ago.
What?
She didn't know anything about that. So I was like, that was one of the biggest feuds on social media when Sierra and Rihanna went at it. And I said, it's funny because since then, Sierra's career has never really been the same. Yes, she has, done a few things here and there, but her career has never been the same like it was in the mid 2000s. And y'all gotta forgive me too, because I bit my tongue earlier and it hurts. But it's never been the same, and so therefore, she, you know, after getting into a feud with Rihanna, and Rihanna basically telling her, you know, good luck booking that stage, and then since then she's had trouble booking stages. It's like sometimes you have to pick and choose who you battle with. Yeah. And some artists and some people are not meant to be battled with, and Rihanna's one of those people because she's such a big star. Like, you don't really go at people like her. You don't really go at people like Beyonce. You don't really go at people like Jay-Z, or even somebody like a Kanye West. If you're starting out, you can't go at people like them. And not saying that Sierra was starting out, but Sierra definitely wasn't on the Rihanna platform for her to be telling Rihanna that she will see her on stage.
I mean, but Sierra had definitely a lot of clout and hits.
Yeah, she did, but
that
Rihanna
was the time
was
when Sierra
growing.
Yeah, and that's the time when Sierra hit a rough patch in her career.
Yes, and remember at one point it was in the beginning it was Rihanna, Sierra, and Chris Brown because they all came out around the same time. Mm-hmm. But Rihanna and Chris Brown, their stars were rising and rising and rising.
First, yeah.
She may have been, but they all were in that same 2004, 2005 radio thing. The two of them, their stars were rising, and Sierra started to stay at one level, and then it was like, okay, now after the crunk music, what next?
Yeah, that fantasy ride was just not a good thing.
No,
it was.
And then Super C. Oh my
god, she didn't get a hit until she came out. Go Girl was like minor, and then she really didn't get a hit to Ride.
What was her new alter ego was Super C.
Yeah, Super C.
Super.
In them days, she was Princess Super C on Twitter. It wasn't Sierra. I remember those days very well. And she had blocked me at one time, and then she unblocked me.
And then she unblocked you. And then remember you saw her at that party at LA.
Oh yeah, but that was during the time I was blocked and stuff. And I just like I don't hate Sierra. Like I just want to see her do better. But back to Keri Hilson, you know, Keri, baby, this is what I'm. You gonna have this. I mean, I hope you're still writing for people. If anything, you gotta keep your check coming in with the writing for people.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm sure she's maintaining.
When
somehow.
she comes back, she has to be very, very transparent. And if I were you, girl, I would apologize to Beyonce for the stuff that I said. I mean, you were right. You were riding high at the time, but I think your ego got the best of you. And then that time you was in the studio with Sierra, and Sierra didn't want to hear what you really had to say. It was just like.
But to be honest with you, I don't even think she should apologize to Beyonce, because that has come and gone.
But I think she want to get it out.
Yeah, but truth be told, that has come and gone. And this is not, what I'm about to say is not meant to be shade, and it's not meant to be funny. But in all honesty, I don't even think Beyonce even cares about her or what she said. Like, so it's almost like beating a dead horse. Like, Keri Hilson at the time stated how she felt about Beyonce. That was her personal opinion. Those of us that love Beyonce did not agree with her opinion, but that was her opinion. She felt as though Beyonce needed to sit down and have some babies, which a lot of people thought that at that time. And then when Beyonce did take breaks, then people were like, oh no, we need her back because these award shows are not the same, just everything's not the same, you know, so it was like, but that was Keri Hilson's personal opinion about Beyonce. I don't think she needs to apologize to Beyonce because that was her opinion about Beyonce. I'm almost certain Beyonce has opinions about her and other people, but then should Beyonce apologize to her?
Beyonce make them public though.
No, but Keri Hilson did. She put her foot in her mouth, and because she made them public, and because she put her foot in her mouth, these are the repercussions. And so therefore, you don't even need to apologize to me because your career as it is right now shows why you should not have opened your mouth. So therefore, no, don't apologize to me. You reap what you sow, and this is what you sow, and so now look at what it is. So keep your apology to yourself. Just work on you, sister girl.
I think that.
And you never know. Beyonce may even hire her to write her something for her.
You never know. You never know.
But no, I definitely
doubt that.
If she does apologize to Beyonce, me personally, I don't think she should do it publicly because it's like nobody cares at this point. I don't care.
No, people care.
I don't
because you are not everybody.
No, I don't care about that.
But if you put up a picture of Keri, if I post a picture of Keri Hilson right now,
they're gonna roast her.
Yeah,
they're gonna roast her. But what I'm saying is, I don't think anybody cares whether or not she apologizes to Beyonce. That's what I mean because I think that people are. First of all, how many years ago was that?
It was maybe 7 years ago.
I think a lot of people are past that. I think that, just like I think some people, even though it was funny and it was a big thing with Rihanna and Sierra, I think a lot of people are past that too. Because, you know, some people are just like, oh, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, but you know, Beyonce is just somebody, like, in this era, you just can't come at. Like, yeah, but that was especially when you're in the same profession. I mean, you could, if you want a career.
If you can stand on your own two toes after you came at her.
Like, or maybe if you're in a different genre of music, maybe. Or, because, you know, the Beehive could be petty. They'll post them bumblebees on your page so fast. Yeah. So fast. I mean, on every post.
I mean, and to the point that the artist has to, turn off their comments.
Yes. So,
and then if you ever notice, not only do they turn off their comments, but then a few days later, or a few hours later, they're posting a stupid half-ass, no, this is not what I meant. I meant
yes, right. And Beyonce don't come for nobody publicly.
No, not publicly.
Publicly.
I'm sure she does it behind closed doors. But that's how it's supposed to be done. It's supposed to be done like that. You should never know how I feel about you publicly.
Yeah. Kitchen table talk.
Kitchen table talk.
Keep it to the kitchen table, unless you're Wendy Williams or somebody. Because they don't go after her no more. I mean, they just Wendy Williams. No, nobody go after her no more when she talk about Beyonce.
Because it is what it is.
Yeah.
1 minute she likes Beyonce, next minute she doesn't.
Yeah. But I would love maybe.
No, that's never gonna happen.
I know it's not gonna happen, but bitch, I would love to see it. I would love to.
It's never gonna happen.
And see, because I know Wendy she gonna.
That is probably
a lot of softball
the biggest star she ever had on her show.
Yeah, I mean, she had some A-list people.
No, I'm not saying she never had any A-list, but I'm saying the biggest because of the fact it's not only in entertainment, but the fact one of the biggest stars that you publicly talked about for years.
Yeah. And Wendy probably be another person about, but Wendy talk about everybody.
She'll apologize one day, and the next week she'll be saying something bad about her again.
And then she'll say bad stuff about everybody. And she'll be like, look, you know, I love you.
Look how she did Kelly and Michelle.
And they will Michelle ain't never going on that show. I've never, maybe once.
Michelle did go on her show
and
before.
The sneak peek. And
when it first started. Never went back. When her show first started, I remember that. Because I remember Michelle had that bob, and it was a pink background.
And
all
she had the music coming out, and
she never went back.
Because now you see how Wendy really felt or feels, and I know for sure she don't really like Kelly like that, and it's like Kelly
Wendy just said bad things about them, just to say bad things about them. And truth be told, I don't even think Wendy Williams dislikes any of the people that she talks about. I just think that when there's news about them, she talks about them, and she says what people at home are thinking. But it doesn't mean she doesn't like them. It just means that she's saying out loud what people at home are thinking. Like, people at home have a type of opinion about Michelle or Kelly. Yeah. And instead of Wendy Williams just not really talking about it, she says it. But it doesn't mean she doesn't like them. She just says it. And it is what it is. Just like that whole Whitney Houston thing. She talked about Whitney Houston and her being on drugs and all that stuff. But it doesn't mean that she didn't like her as a singer or whatever. She just called her out on her shit. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. It just is what it is.
Whitney and Wendy.
And I never thought that I would actually hear myself defending Wendy Williams in this way.
I mean, Wendy broke down on her show on that Monday.
I'm just saying, I just never thought I would be defending her in this way. Like, but I see some truth to it. Like, I can't honestly say that I think that Wendy Williams dislikes everybody that she talks about. I just think that she says what people at home and at work are saying. Because if you notice, there's a lot of people at home and at work who now believe everything Wendy Williams says. And I'd be like, how do you believe what she says?
Yeah. And I just say,
that's just the way the world is now,
that people be learning. Like, I heard my niece talking about Gianni Versace and what happened, and I'm like, where the fuck did y'all hear this? Because Madison.
What?
And I'm like, well, where did y'all hear these? Like, but you know, as kids, we heard rumors too about stuff. So it's just like, no. And I'm like, man,
but Gianni Versace was somebody who was living when we were kids.
And he was murdered.
Madison and Tibby weren't even thought of when he was even murdered. We were kids. I was like 11 when he was killed.
Okay, you talking about afterthought? No, bitch. We thought Nina was done.
I remember that being all over the news when he got killed.
And the person that killed him, Andrew Cunanan, I will never forget his story. Like, He was on America's Most Wanted, like,
see, I don't know his story.
Yeah, he was going around killing people, gay people, all over the United States, bitch. They looked for him all over. Just like I remember the two guys that were shooting people in the Washington D.C. sniper.
Mm-hmm. Remember that?
Like, yeah.
We all thought it was white people.
Yes, bitch. You like,
to find out it was
they
two blacks. Because you couldn't tell us that they wasn't white.
Yeah.
Because I thought they was white too.
Yeah. We all thought they.
Because that's what they do.
Yeah.
They go around shooting people.
Black people shoot people too.
No, but they go around on that. You know what I'm talking about? That sniper type of like, just when they get mad, they want to get up and start shooting people.
Yeah, that was some other stuff.
We don't do stuff like that.
I couldn't believe it.
No, I couldn't believe it either.
And they went on the road running for like a year. Somebody found them sleeping in the car.
Just shoot. Yeah. And then they were hiding in the trunk. They had cut the seats out in the back, or took the seats out in the back seat, and drilled a hole in the trunk so that this way they could be in the car and in the trunk shooting people.
Yeah, that's something.
So that the car that they were shooting people from would still be sitting parked there for hours, even when the cops came, and nobody even knew any, because nobody thought that it came from a car.
Yeah.
Even remember that anthrax scare?
Yes.
Remember that year that they were...
That was like right after 9/11 and
people
they were
sending
stuff.
Yeah. Who does
Isn't that funny?
stuff like that?
That stuff took over the news.
Yeah, like who would think to do that, Kevin?
Weird, crazy people that don't like other people.
Like, why would I waste my time finding this powder to mail to somebody?
Mm-hmm.
And then people were getting it in the mail in their homes, opening it up, and then dying.
Didn't somebody send it like in a, to the Pentagon or one of them places?
I think so. They were sending it all over.
Yeah.
Like, who does that? And I think, like, the oldest victim, the lady was, like, in her 90s. Like, who would do that? Like, why would you do something like that? It always baffles me when I hear about people doing stupid shit. Like, you mean to tell me you don't have nothing else better to do in your day than to do that? You know what I find that I don't have anything to do? You know what I do?
Sleep.
I go to sleep. I go right to sleep. There's no need for me to go out shooting nobody, killing somebody. Why would I do that? I don't want to wake up in jail.
I sure don't.
And speaking of jail,
yes,
I just got this. One of my friends, I knew something was up because I haven't spoken to him since October. But before,
this the one I know.
No, you don't know. But before that, he had called me and told me that he had gotten into some real bad trouble, but he didn't want to tell me over the phone. But you know, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like it got to be something really, really bad because the way you act and the way you talk, and you know, whatever the case may be. We talking and we talk because it's, you know, I've known him. We've known each other since we were kids. Conversation completely stopped in October. When it stopped, like a week after it stopped, I said, he's back in jail. Then the other day, one of our mutual friends hit me up and was like, you know, I spoke to so-and-so, and yeah, he's in jail. I said, yeah, I figured that. I said, well, you give him my phone number, you know, because I'm almost certain he doesn't remember any stuff because he's been in jail for so long. Give him my phone number, you talk to him. Today, I wake up from a nap, and I get a text message in an article. He's in jail, all right, but he's in jail for first-degree murder.
Wow.
And as I'm reading the article, I'm saying to myself, I keep hearing the conversations with us on the phone as I read the article of him telling me that he did something bad, but he can't tell me on the phone because he don't know who's listening. And I'm shaking my head and I'm saying to myself, he is done. He's done. And as I'm reading the article and they're talking about the witnesses who were there and how they positively described him because of markings and things like that on his face, I say he's done. He is done and there's no more, and he's only 28. You've wasted your life. And the sad part about it is when you know somebody and you say to yourself, you hear people say on the news when somebody does something bad, oh, but they weren't that type of person. And to say to yourself, he really was not that type of person. He really had no business living the life that he started to live because that was not him. Because every time he did something that he wasn't supposed to do, he always got caught. Mm-hmm. And I used to always tell him, you need to leave because he had moved out of Philly. I said, you need to leave from that place and come back to Philly. But I don't have nowhere to stay, you know, this, that, and the third. I said, but you seem to be getting a lot of shit out there. And this is what happens. And I'm like, oh my God.
So this happened somewhere else.
Yeah, because he was living, this happened outside of Philly, like 2 or 3 hours outside of Philly. But I'm like, now your life is completely done. You're completely done. Because I think this is probably like his 3rd time now in jail. Because he went to jail, he got out of jail early last year, in March of last year. He had been in jail for like 8 months before that. And then he was in jail prior to that. It's like now, and I'm saying to myself, how did you of all people get yourself in this situation? Like how? Like you're not even built for that. Not saying that he's not built, but he's not mentally, because obviously you should have learned in the past that you weren't doing something right, because everything you did, you kept getting caught. So now this is the ultimate worst, because now you're in jail for murdering someone. And I can't even see how you can even scream self-defense, because as I'm reading the article, it did say him and the guy had gotten to this tussle. But you were carrying you weren't even supposed to be licensed to carry this particular gun. And I think he was on. So you're really done.
So what you gonna say when you write him a letter?
Right? First of all, I don't write no letters. I'm not no pen pal. No. Now, I'll talk to him if he calls. You know, I'll talk to him, whatever the case may be. And depending on where he's at, I'll probably even go visit him, because, you know, maybe those days. So, but I feel like once you are face to face with somebody like that, I feel like, me personally, because you know how I am, I'm just very opinionated, and I'll tell you. But I feel like, it's like, what else can I say? Because I really want to say, I told you to bring your ass home. I told you, and you did not listen. And now look, because he's not getting out of jail, Kevin.
No. I just remember those days in my mind, like, you don't want to be in the corner selling crack or doing drugs. All that leads you to death or jail. Like,
And I remember him telling me when he got out in March, I really do not plan on going back to jail, because this is it. And now look.
But see, that's what a lot of people say, but then a lot of people get comfortable.
Because they get caught up in that life, and they get caught up in that life, their drug life and all that shit. And now, you know, you feel like you got to prove somebody. It's so sad. And it's like, it's sad when it hits home, because you're like, I told you not to do it. Not that, but I told you stop what you're doing, because it ain't going to lead to anything good. And now this is the ultimate worst that it's led to. Yeah. You took someone's life.
Let's move on to the Black Panthers movie that's coming out next month. They broke records for pre-sales to the show. Now, y'all know me. I've never been a Marvel,
surprisingly,
Superman versus Batman, all them different companies. That shit ain't never been my thing.
Surprisingly.
I've always been wrestling and, you know, a couple of sports, but never into that stuff. What you mean surprisingly?
No, because I know how you like wrestling, and usually guys like you like cartoon characters too.
Yeah, but that's not, like, I used to hate when Batman come on and the Gargoyles come on, because they were dark cartoons. I like bright stuff. That's just
like a pedophile. I like.
You're trying it.
I mean,
no, bitch, ain't no hey, cause me, bitch, you know.
Well, no, I don't know. But I was not.
Girl, don't do it. They already took one YouTube down yesterday with that pedophile stuff.
Ooh,
they trying to.
Who?
Shane Dawson. Like, I don't care if he's joking or not. You don't talk about no 6-year-old child is sexy and.
Oh yeah, no, you need to.
Yeah, that's not. Come on,
because now that's gonna get me mad.
Yeah,
but Gargoyles and Batman, those were my shows, especially Gargoyle.
I ain't like it. I never like Tiny Toon Adventures was my shit. All the bright cartoons, animated.
That's because his house is full of Looney Tunes.
No, you're trying that. All of that. Well, I mean, hey, well, you know.
Okay.
But bitch, shut up. So yeah, that was my kind of thing. But when I seen the Black Panther trailer a couple months ago, I said that is a movie I want to see. Cause all that black excellence. This movie is going to do numbers just like The Lion King next year. Is going to do numbers. And Kendrick Lamar is going to be doing the soundtrack for the Black Panther film. and I believe the song has already come out. But to see that it's breaking records, this means that it's taking over all the Marvel fans and just black people that want to see the film. Period. Because just look at us, and I can't remember who's directing it. One of the guys that did who did Michael B. Jordan. They did Creed. Ryan Coogler. He's directed. So you got a black director, and you got all of these black actors and actresses in the film.
Oscar winners and all Oscar nominees.
I gotta go see this movie. Now I might have to wait a week because there's gonna be so many people in the theaters. But me, I can't. No, I have to see that movie early. I don't know how I'm gonna get tickets, but I would love to see it and then discuss it because I don't know nothing about none of the characters. Mm-hmm. But I know I want to see that film.
Well, you gave me I've never really been big on Marvel. I've never been big on Marvel. I mean, I've watched the stuff, but I've never been like, oh, I know who this is. I don't know that. Yeah. But I'm excited because it's just proven that black actors and black filmmakers can sell tickets at the box office. You know, for years they were saying that we couldn't and they wouldn't allow, you know, certain companies, movie studios didn't want an all-black cast because they felt like we weren't going to sell tickets, but we keep proving them wrong.
You didn't look stupid.
And you made me get goosebumps under the shirt when you mentioned The Lion King next year, because I sat here and I thought to myself when you said it, I'm almost certain that it's going to be promoted right, but I can only imagine like what that's going to be. Because when the original Lion King came out in 1994, that was a big event.
Yes. That was everywhere. McDonald's had the fucking the cartoons with the Happy Meals. It was on TV everywhere.
Where? The Lion King was the biggest movie.
The commercials, Christmas like it was everything.
It was everywhere.
You just couldn't wait to be the king. I'm surprised Burger King didn't get that song. You know, but yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Lion King.
So I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm almost certain that they're going to start doing it now. Because I keep saying James Earl Jones is like 87. Yeah. Get his voiceover out there now.
Yeah, they're going to do probably a Super Bowl commercial next year, starting it off.
They probably will. But I just want, you know, I think, and then the cast for The Lion King is just like this cast for the Black Panther. It's like a majority of the cast members are all black. Majority of them anyway. Not all of them, but the majority of them are black. And it's just black excellence all across the board. It's like awesome.
Yeah.
So I am excited for the Black Panther and The Lion King. It's like, I can't wait for both of these.
Yeah, and then speaking of more movies being made, I do know, I've heard that Taraji P. Henson is producing and starring in the film The Emmett Till Story. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm just glad that they're doing a movie. Because we've all seen different documentaries and heard different things about what happened to him. But for him to have his own story, I believe is long overdue. Mm-hmm. And Taraji P. Henson will play his mom, Mamie.
And as soon as I heard that, I looked at her and I said, wow, she really does resemble Mamie Till. Mm-hmm. A younger version of her.
Yeah. And not only that, with Emmett Till, Will Smith and Jay-Z are producing a miniseries, or like a mini docu-series based on his life as well.
Whose life?
Emmett Till. So it's, you know,
there's a really good documentary on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I'm going, because you know y'all listen to when I tell y'all. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna find this real quick because we talking about it. Real quick. It's this documentary that I found on YouTube a few months ago, and it's called The Untold Story of Emmett Till Documentary 2005. And the thumbnail is his mother being interviewed. I'm going to show it to y'all just in case y'all forget what I say, but if you search it on YouTube, you'll be able to see the thumbnail. That very first one right there, that's his mother. That documentary I watched, it's The Untold, I know I took it too fast, The Untold Story of Emmett Till 2005. It's a really good documentary. And she was interviewed right before she passed.
You got that whole thing.
I want you to see it. You see it, okay? And I watched it twice. Because it was good. I watched it twice. They interviewed his mother right before she passed, because she passed away like around 2003, 2004. And, you know, this was her only child. She didn't have any kids after he passed. But to hear her speak about what happened and how she had sent him away to stay with his uncle down south, and how she was letting him know, listen, because they lived up north, I think they lived in Detroit or Chicago, one of those cities. But she was just letting him know, listen, what we do up here is far different than how things are down south. So I need you to mind your manners. I need you to listen to what's, you don't give no white person down there no lip. And then for her son to come back in a box the way he did. But one part of this documentary that really, really touched me was where his mother talked about when she went to the funeral home to go view his body for the first time. And she talked about how they were like a few blocks away from the funeral home, and she smelled this horrible stench in the air. At least 2 blocks away from it. And when she got to the funeral, she realized it was her son's body. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, it's a really, really good documentary. So please go on YouTube and look that up, okay? Because y'all know I be into shit like this, and I be watching, and when it's good, I love to share it with people. So make sure y'all check this out. And I might actually watch it again for a 3rd time. And also, too, real quick, if you have not been to the African American Museum in DC, the new one, check it out. I've been twice already. Check it out. The Emmett Till portion in that museum is really, really, it's just really, really eerie and sad. I don't know if it's still there, because I know that the family was saying that it wasn't going to be there for that long, but it's a really, really moving exhibit. It's not that big. They have like this mock casket, a replica casket of the one that he was buried in. And how it is, and I don't think a lot of people caught on to this, but how it is, his casket is right here, and then the wall behind his casket is a picture, a black and white picture of his actual funeral. So it kind of looks like the people are looking down on his casket. Like, it's a really beautiful thing. And then they have these monitors where it's different documentaries of his mother, describing this and that. It's really good. So if you have not been to that museum, check it out, and check out that Emmett Till exhibit in that museum.
A lot of people going next month for Black
History Month. Yeah, so hopefully it's still in there. Hopefully it's still in there, because I know the family was saying how it was not going to be there that long. But yes.
Now, American Idol, y'all know American Idol is coming back in March, and there's not really been a lot of fanfare and a lot of noise about the show. Yeah. And from what I've found out is that they are cutting out the bad auditions from American Idol, which was one of the main reasons why we all watched the show.
Right.
Like, I like the good mixed in with the bad, even though sometimes they turn down people. I think they should got picked and stuff like that. And that's taken away from the whole essence of this show. And it's making me less interested in, like, wanting to see what's going to happen with American Idol. I mean, the only good thing about it is coming back on a Sunday night, so just in case the Housewives is boring, I can switch over to ABC and see what's going on. But I'm not really interested in the judges panel.
Who's the judges?
Lionel Richie, Luke Bryan, and Keri Hilson. Katy Perry.
I was about to say, she's complaining about having work and she's going to be an American Idol. But you know what? I think that they're trying to revamp their look, and I think they're trying to do what The Voice has done. Because The Voice is so successful, they don't have those goofy auditions and all that bullshit. And I think that's what they're trying to do. But American Idol has been out for so long. Like you said, that was one of the reasons why people watched. And I think that's when they got some of their highest ratings during the auditions. But I always felt like, as the years went on, I always felt like the earlier versions of American Idol were the best, with Simon, Randy, and Paula, and also the auditions and the bad auditions. The earlier bad auditions were the best, because I felt like as time went on, the bad auditions just was like almost staged.
People got
they got hip to the fact that you could get your 15 minutes of fame doing that. But I felt like the bad auditions in the earlier days were really genuinely bad auditions.
Yeah, they were.
Because a lot of them were little 2 steps. 2 steps. A lot of them were. Okay. And you felt bad, because you were like, where is their character?
Yeah, but everybody told me I could sing, and you can tell me I can't.
And then they get up there and you be like, wait. And then they genuinely thought they could sing. But I felt like, in recent years, the bad auditions were just staged, and they just went up there just being goofy, and it just took away from the essence of the original. But I don't know how this is going to work. I really don't. I think that once American Idol stopped, they should have kept it dead.
Or bring some interesting judges who you know is going to get the people to
yeah, the original.
Yeah. the original, bitch, the ratings would be through the roof.
If Simon, Randy, and Paula came back every week, those ratings would be through the roof.
Yeah, so that's how you do a reboot.
They've had everybody on American Idol panel since then. And I think probably some of the highest ratings since then was when Nikki and Ryan was on here because everybody knew they didn't like each other. But other than that, those three were. And is Ryan Seacrest coming back?
Yeah, he's the host. He'll be hosting. But I mean,
yeah, because that's a check for him.
Yeah, but nice you just when you look at the cast, you like what?
But then I mean, we can't really do that to Lionel Richie because he is a legend.
Yeah, but I'm still like, what?
I know, but who's going to be the mean one?
None of them. Not.
You know what? A good American Idol judges panel, which would really get me to watch every week.
Say Kanye.
Nope.
Oh, well, come on! I want to hear yours.
Lionel Richie. Hold on. I'm gonna do it this way. Lionel Richie, Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle, and somebody white, a white old lady singer. Because I can just imagine Aretha and Patti.
And they don't like each other anyway. So you know they're going to be far apart.
Well, I don't know if they don't like each other.
But they don't get along.
Well, they don't get along on Gots to Be Real. Well, Aretha doesn't get along with anybody.
If that White House thing was any indication, they don't get along. Because there's no way you ain't see Patty coming down and she try to touch you and you start for her like this.
That's a move I would do. That's actually a move I've done. Yeah, I have. Huh? What you doing?
In church?
At church, work everywhere. Are you kidding me? Because I'm one of those people, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. Don't extend your hand, don't do anything.
Yeah. But you know, my thing is though, all these music shows and no stars.
Yeah.
I can't name not one person.
Well, that's because American Idol produced the stars back in the day.
Yes.
Fantasia, Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, even Clay Aiken and Ruben. They had their little fame for a minute, you know. But it's like Jordan Sparks, you know.
Adam Lambert. I love Adam Lambert.
Jennifer Hudson. Like
you didn't have to win to become a star.
You didn't have to win to be a star on American Idol.
Yeah.
If you were good, you were going to get a record deal. Jennifer Hudson walked away with an Oscar. Fantasia is huge. Keri Hilson and Carrie Underwood are huge. Carrie Underwood rules the country.
You said Keri Hilson. Keri Hilson, what's going on?
I mean, Kelly Clarkson and Keri Wilson. I'm talking about Keri Hilson. Wilson.
Who's Keri Wilson?
Carrie Underwood, bitch. You know what I'm talking about. Now you confusing me. And Kelly Clarkson, now you confusing me. Ciao.
Yeah, and speaking of Kelly Clarkson, she said she believed in spankings. She told Billboard, yes, I do.
I think she's from the South.
Yeah, she said, I live in my daughter in Cali. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, now might not be the time, but don't play with me.
Yeah. You know? She's from the South, and they do the same thing we do up north. They whoop ass.
That's right.
I feel like those people on the West Coast, they don't whoop ass.
Oh, no, you shouldn't. Somebody got to come out. Shut up, mind your business.
Yes, that's her child. If her child is acting up, spank her.
Yeah.
Or him.
Yeah, she said, I'll give her a spanking, yeah. Said,
okay, spare the rod and spoil the child. Yeah. Spank him or her. My mother did it to me. Her mother did it to her. Her mother did it to her. Spank them. And you still love your parents when you get older because you say you might hate them when you're a kid or dislike them because they spank. But as you get older, you understand why they did it. Because I feel like a lot of people out here, a lot of kids, especially a lot of these kids out here that just talk to their parents any old type of way, especially out in public, and the moms and dads like, no, grip him up by the collar.
Because if you don't, you're going to be on Maury in 10 years. I tell somebody that all the time in here. It's like, yeah, you're going to be on Maury, girl.
Grip him up. And when you gripping them up, twist your lips like this. The fuck over here. I will lock your ass in this fucking store. Now sit your ass down. sit down. And then when you tell them to sit down, that last sit down, you yank them, sit down. Play with me. And that alone would scare them. That'll scare them right there. Then you didn't even gotta whoop them because that'll scare them. But man, don't do that now.
That's how they do in church.
Get over here. All you gotta do is get over here. What are you doing? Sit down. And then when you tell them to sit down, you watch them as they walk to go sit down. Sit down. And don't get back up once they sit down. That's how my mother used to do me.
Yeah.
She had my mother would just have to look at you. Sit your ass down. I will knock you down. Now that's growing up laughing. I will put my foot so far up in your ass if you don't sit down. This is why today, as an adult, I don't tolerate disrespectful kids. Because my mother didn't tolerate them, and neither do I.
Yeah,
sit your ass down.
And you know the funny thing is when you had those same kind of parents, you want to be different.
Like, yeah, you want to be different, but you don't want to stray too far away. And you know what's so funny? Because, oh, wow, this is confirmation. Remember I was telling you on New Year's Eve, it was a Sunday, and my pastor had a sermon, and he talked about going into the new year and making some changes, and that, you know, some of the old would have to get used to some of the new that was going on. But then he also said, but the new have to remember that not everything of the old will disappear, because some traditions are what we all were brought up on, and some traditions you just can't get rid of. And I said, he's absolutely right. And that's one of the traditions of whooping ass. You can't get rid of that. Whoop ass until sit your ass down.
Like I said, you don't see no marks on no ass.
No.
You beat that ass.
No.
Beat that ass. And with the teacher pulling your child's pants down for it.
And I tell people this all the time. I don't know who whooped my ass the best, my mother or my father, because they both whooped my ass. My father would whoop my ass, and I mean he would. My mom, she whooped my ass too. But my mom preferred my dad to whoop my ass so she wouldn't have to. And I remember a lot of times my dad really didn't want to whoop my ass. And I remember there were days where you could see that he didn't want to whoop me. But then he whooped me. But my mom, she was a runner. And what I mean by that is you get home. No, not chase because I couldn't dare run. You get home. Oh my God, I'm bringing back memories. And it's funny now, but I remember I used to be terrified. Let's say I got home before my mom from school or something like that. As soon as I heard the key come to unlock the door, she wouldn't say a word. She'd come in the house and she'd run up the steps. She'd go in her room. She'd get that belt and she'd come storming, walking real fast to my room and open it. That's what she was. It was no talking. It was no talking because there was no trying to plead your case, especially when you did wrong. And I know you did wrong. There's no pleading your case. She would just whoop your ass on sight. And if she was already home when you got home, you came up in that room, she'd lay there for a minute and you would hear, I would hear her getting up, getting in that closet and grabbing that belt and just running that room and whooping my ass. Old-fashioned ass whoopings. And then dared me to do it again. And guess what? I went back to school and did it again. And I think one day, one of my parents said, I think you like getting your ass whooped. Because you're not
the
learning.
best beatings when you go to sleep. After you get beat
I never got a beat. Oh yeah, when you go to sleep afterwards. I was about to say I never got whooped in my sleep.
Oh no,
because I'm thinking I'm passed out of my sleep.
Because you be crying.
Yeah.
And then you
but I definitely got my ass whooped real good. And it's funny because now I look at both of my parents and I say to myself, I wish you would grab a belt.
Yeah. How about that?
I wish you would. I will throw you in the nearest nursing home on the first train smoke if you. Or I look at them and I say to myself, I can't believe I let you whoop my ass like that. But you know, I ain't been in jail. I ain't done none of that goofy shit. Thank God for those ass whoopings.
Yeah.
So yes, Kelly Clarkson, I'm all here for it.
Yes. You ain't got to abuse him.
No,
but
no
spank him.
I will tell people from in a minute. My mother and father did not abuse me. They just whooped my ass when I needed my ass to be whooped. That's all.
So the Grammys is the Grammys is in a couple weeks, January 28th. And I'm mad about that because it's on the same day as wrestling. Like normally it's in February. I don't know how they changed it, whatever the case may be.
Oh, and it's going to be in New York, isn't it?
Yes, it's going to be in New York.
And this has been a long time, like 16, 17 years since it was in New York. Because I remember years ago it used to be in Madison Square Garden, and now it's going back.
Yep. I don't know how many years, but it's definitely
been some time.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's the early 2000s. I think the last time it was in New York probably was around 2002, maybe 2003, around that time.
So it's going to be here, and I don't even remember who's not. I wish I was into the music like I was back in the day. I knew every chart. I was like, child. Now look at that shit like this, because the music is just so bad.
And you'd be like, who are these people?
Yes. But SZA's performing, Bruno Mars performing, Lady Gaga's performing, Pink is performing. Cardi B and Bruno Mars. Yes. It's going to be everything. I'm interested to see the performances more than who's going to take home Grammys. But something I didn't know is that Lil Uzi Vert is nominated for Best New Artist with SZA. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
I didn't know.
Well, shout out to Philly. Yeah, you know he's from Philly.
Yeah, he's from down the street. All these people from right down the street around here. You know, but, you know, I don't be seeing nothing like, I'm gonna do something this weekend. I'm going to listen to SZA's album, and I'm going to see what's so special about it, and special about him.
I like quite a few of her songs. I really do. I don't like that song, The Weeknd.
I don't like the video. And Solange, you
I don't like that song.
Ride it. I wanted to see the girl sneaking off with the other man, and I had Monday through Friday.
Yeah, I don't like that song. I don't like
you
that
ever song. You ever been a weekend?
In high school, I was. We had a good time, and I didn't mind being the weekend. Look.
What? You know what?
So
I'm just
done. Listen, man. Oh, I'm just flashback. Flashback, baby. Those were good. Those were some good days.
Yes.
Talking about thought. I've put in my time.
Have you?
I have. I've been around the block so much I can tell you who lives in each and every one of the houses.
Are you done? Is you finished?
I am done. I walk around the block now. I see for sale signs. I don't want to know who's moving in. I don't want to know. But I can take you down memory lane of who used to live in that house.
Okay. That'd be the funniest thing. You could be me, I know. I'd be like, ooh.
Baby, I had my day. It ain't nothing like having memory. Walk back down memory lane. Yes. And where you were when you first did it, and who you first did it with. You know, I think I told you this before, but you know, I lost my virginity not too far from here.
You told me who it was.
Yeah. But it wasn't too far from here.
As long as it wasn't in here.
No.
Because then you really talking on somebody.
Yeah.
And I want to know who it was. And how long was that?
Which floor was it?
And I'm sure, never mind. But yeah,
yeah, okay. No. Get it back.
I haven't watched that tour in so long. Okay. Speaking of virginity, somebody got a question I've been meaning to get to. And they asked us, would you have sex with a virgin? Now,
well, you should have asked the person that I lost my virginity.
Yes. I'm going to tell y'all the honest answer. I better be in love with this virgin if I'm going to have sex with them. Because, listen, when you're, like, because I'm 30-something. And I don't want to mess around with somebody that's young, real young, and they...
But that ain't their age ain't got nothing to do with their virginity. They can be older and be...
Yeah, I was going to get to that. Like, when it's older, you know, it's even more special. So I'm like, it's special because this is a person that you love, and it's somebody that they'll never forget you, because you...
Well, who's to say if they're young, they can't be special too? Oh, because you're saying because they're young, and so once they get their shit, then they all over.
Yeah.
But that's how some old people are too, Kevin.
Well, I would hope not.
You would hope not. Are you kidding me? Who do you think these sugar daddies are? people running around town, dipping and dodging, slipping and sliding. Hello?
Probably the young girls doing it.
These old men be filthy freaks too. Are you
But they're not virgins.
No, but I'm saying once they get their virginity broken, they cherry popped, they be all the way.
Yeah, I mean that's with everybody, because then you start wondering like, what they say, like what they say.
I don't mind. I wouldn't mind.
But I would hope to be that you're married if you're gonna wait that long.
I wouldn't mind dealing with a virgin because I think, well, first of all, we all were a virgin at some point. Yeah. So therefore, I don't think I would want to look down on somebody being a virgin. I think that for me, it would be kind of special because then you get to kind of groom that person on how you like things done.
And they don't know what they like yet. Or maybe they have. Maybe they have, but they don't know. You don't know if you don't like it until you don't try it. Until you try it. And I guarantee you'll like it once you try it. Now open your mouth and say, one of the nasty old men y'all need to stay away from. When they look back on this video in 20 years, they're going to look at you. They're going to be like, yeah, that's something.
And I might be laying in bed with a virgin.
Now, how much you paying?
What?
Because if you 50-something laying with a virgin.
Who said in 20 years I'll be 50-something? You're trying me, bitch. In 20 years I won't be 50-something. In 20 years I'll be 43.
Okay. That's sugar daddy type. You know, for 20-year gap, yeah, that's sugar daddy type.
Wow, 50-something.
Yeah, it's not that night. Yeah, so yeah, another question. Have you ever cut off a long-time friend? Have you ever cut off a long-time friend? If there's anything you could do to change the relationship to continue, would you? Well, I've known my main friends for over 17 years. Between 15 to 17 years. There is none of them I have ever cut off. There's been times where we haven't spoken and stuff, but you get together and shit and you forget why the fuck y'all not even fucking with each other no more. And I think that if they're your real friend, you just don't cut them off. You probably just take time for them. But it's people, you know, 5 years, you could drop them. I mean, it'll be okay. It'll be you'll miss them. Like there's this one girl I had, you know, she was my friend. We fell out. That shit ain't work out. And you know, sometimes I miss her. Sometimes I wonder how she's doing, but then I'm like, all right, I'm fine. And that's it, you know? Because I got my main friends. So yeah, how about you?
Never happened.
Yeah. Like you got even people you grow apart from, like you went to school with them. But bitch, my friends Lisa and Dana and Odell, when I see them, it's like, bitch, 5 years ain't even go by.
And 7 years ain't friends go by. From me that I've had in school that I probably, you know, don't talk to like I did back then. But again, when we see each other, it's like, oh, you know, I've never had a friend that a long-term friend that I just completely stopped speaking. Completely stopped speaking to. No, never. I've never had that, so I can't speak on that because I've never had that.
Yeah, but if you cutting a long-term friend up, bitch, they better be fucking your mom or your dad or your husband.
Because nowadays friends are hard to come by. And you know what's so funny that this question? Oh my God! Look how God works. It's funny that this question is asked, and it's funny that you just said that because last night I was looking at. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at. To be honest with you, I really don't. But then all of a sudden I started thinking about Oprah and Gayle. And I started thinking about how Oprah and Gayle have been friends for over 35 years. Probably 40-something years they've been friends. Oprah and Gayle were friends before Stedman came along. They were friends before Oprah was even Oprah. They were friends when both of them were
just college, like news buddies or something like that, right?
Right, regular.
Yeah.
Catching the bus in the cab somewhere. Those type of friends. They no money, no nothing. And I said to myself, it's amazing how two women could remain friends like that for such a long. I mean, people out there like that all the time. But it's also sad too how society deemed them as being lesbians because of their friendship. And I said it's so sad because the reason why I just brought this up because I was getting ready to say when you said that friends are hard to come by. So you better not have somebody as a long-term friend and then stop being their friend simply because of something stupid and petty. It better be something serious, you know.
Yeah.
But friends are hard to come by. And I said, as I was thinking about Oprah and Gayle, I said, I can only imagine the arguments and the disagreements that they've had over these 40 years and still are best friends. To the point that when you see Oprah on her Instagram account, because I love following her on Instagram. By the way, did you see her house in that mudslide situation?
Yeah, it's terrible for that whole area.
That whole area. But back to her. When you go to Oprah and you see on her Instagram account, if anybody ever notices, you don't never see Oprah's family. It's always Gayle and her kids and Stephen. That is her family. Her mother, I think, is still living.
That was
her father is still living. But they all made up. Because I remember her mother was on her show. Then a few years ago, she found out she had a sister. You know, whatever.
I wonder how that sister doing.
You still never see really Oprah. And I'm not saying that she don't interact with her family, but you never see her. It's always Gayle and Gayle's family. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's really rare to have friendships like that. And I would hope and pray that people who do have long-term friendships, that you cherish those friendships, because you don't want to stop being somebody's friend because y'all got into an argument and then, you know, this person said fuck you and this person said fuck you and then y'all stop being friends. No, you say fuck you to your friends and a week later, y'all friends. Y'all start talking again. You know what I mean? You don't stop being somebody's friend because y'all get into a petty argument.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, now you fucking my man, or you fucking my girlfriend or my wife, I can't be your friend, because then that means you can't be trusted.
Yeah.
And if I can't trust you, then why do I need to be your friend?
Yeah.
The answer to that is I don't.
Yeah. And if y'all can fix a friendship, fix it, because you don't want something crazy like something called death to come upon that friendship, and then you'll never get a chance to have closure.
Right.
If you were looking to have that closure with someone. So if you that's your friend, you miss your friend, call your friend. And if y'all could talk it out, I mean, y'all not going to fight it out. Mm-hmm. But if you knew you were in the wrong, apologize. There's nothing wrong with apologizing. Because I done fucked up so many times. And I had friends that fucked up so many times. And you apologize and you get over it. And that is life, because nobody is perfect.
That's right.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. So if you could fix your friendships, fix them. If you love your friendships, cherish them. Don't do nothing stupid to lose them. Okay?
Because again, in 2018, friends are hard to come
by. Yeah. Everybody now is an Instagram friend or a Twitter friend. Or, you know. But I do cherish one of the Twitter, Courtney from Atlanta. I met him through my YouTube videos, and we would tweet and stuff like that. And we all met through that thing. Like, I cherish my friendship with
But I wouldn't even consider Courtney like an Instagram friend, because you know
I know, but I'm saying, like, that's a friendship that started from
social media.
But even now, like, child, like, please, some of these people I just meet, you know, all right, and that's it. But Courtney has stood the test of time, and every time I'm in Atlanta, every single time I see him, there's never been a time I've been in Atlanta and we ain't hang out. So, you know, you gotta cherish your friendships. And even if we don't talk every day, bitch, we get on that FaceTime, and again, it's like, time ain't go by. That's how you know you got a real friend. So yeah, that was a nice question. I'm not answering no more questions. Because New Year's resolutions, if we talk about New Year's resolutions, I will be here in a pity party or trying to have one for the next 30 minutes.
I don't have no New Year's resolutions.
I just say
stop doing that, because I feel like
do what you gotta do,
and you know what you have to do, and you pray and you ask God to lead you and move you in the right and, you know, positive direction. But other than that, you know, because New Year's resolutions are sometimes broken by the end of January. So it's like
it's broken by the by 12 o'clock the afternoon.
So it's like.
They're like, oh, I'm going to eat healthy. As soon as that clock strikes 12, what's going on? You know? So, yeah, everyone, we just all have to do better and all try to become our best selves. No matter how many times this year we mess up, or this week, or this month, just continue to be your best self. Like, with me, y'all know my thing was always the way thing. I go up, I go down. I go up, I go down. Right now, I'm up. But, bitch, I'll be back down. But it's not like, oh, yeah, I got to make this a resolution. Because back in those times, I was doing it so other people can like me and stuff, and like, yeah, that bitch losing weight and all that. Like, no, bitch, lose that weight for you, and then it's really gonna mean something.
I feel like since I gained the weight, I get more people hitting on me, and I just be like, oh, this is what you like.
But see, it's not
joking.
Don't.
No, I'm not joking about hitting them.
Oh no, yeah. But I'm saying like when you look in the mirror, if you like it, then yeah.
Because I had to let one person know, and I think you saw the message, big or small.
Oh yeah. Wait, don't do it because if they're watching this video, I ain't got time to be trying to.
Okay, I had to let them know real quick, big or small, bitch. I can still pull.
Well, are you big or small? On that note, everybody take a little time to enjoy the view.
Okay.
Have a great weekend.
Okay.
Have a great weekend. Don't let nobody stop you from doing what you got to do. Do what you got to do. If you got that resolution, you trying to do it over, bitch, start over, bitch. You got a new day. Every 24 hours is a reset. It's a new day.
And I want to say something too. Shout out to everybody. You know, the last time I was on here, I was talking about my crab feast or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like down to like 17 seats left on the bus. Mm-hmm. So if anybody wants to go, hit me up because these seats are selling extremely fast. And this is only January. No, you're gonna have to give me a deposit.
I need you to save my seat.
There is no saving seats if I don't have money in my hand. Okay. So therefore, there's no saving seat.
I'm the scorpion though. Same seat for the scorpion. Oh, that's right. Bitch, all right. I'm gonna remember this.
So listen, if you want to go, please make sure you get your deposit in because it is going down July 7th. Hit me up on Instagram if you need more information. But I'm telling y'all right now, this crab feast is selling faster than my other two crab feasts.
Yeah.
The fact that it's only January and I'm only 17 seats left on this bus is pretty damn
good.
Good.
Yeah, and let's go because I have to use the restroom. Okay. So y'all have a good weekend.
So you go to this bathroom and I'll go to the one downstairs because that's really bad.
All right.
Okay. And I'm out in the business of waiting.
Meaning.
Okay.